Do you know anyone? Does anyone know anyone who has joined Younique in the last 2 years? Because I don't. I remember back in 2016, 17. It was completely. It was in everyone's face. I had about four people on my Facebook doing. I had tutorials going at my news feed a couple of times a day. I'd catch one if I went on Facebook. I would see one of those people showcasing something Younique related. It was in everyone's face, and then suddenly it was in everyone's face until it wasn't, and then it was gone. Didn't see anyone selling it. Suddenly, what happened to Younique? And I mean, I'm talking about back then, I didn't give a second thought to MLMs. There was no worldwide pandemic. Nothing had exploded to me. It was, I knew it was pyramid selling, but I didn't think much more into it. I mean, thinking back now, I know that 2 of those ladies were single mums, struggling to make ends meet. So yeah, they couldn't make ends meet with Younique, obviously, else they'd still be doing it now, wouldn't they? So what happened? It's quite simple, really. I'm gonna hang on here because I'm gonna put all the links. Right. So, article January the 10th, 2017. Coty buys Younique, valuing cosmetics startup at $1 billion. Coty, whose brands include CoverGirl, makeup and Clarion hair dye, said its plans to buy 60% of Younique for $600 million in cash. Younique's founders, siblings Derek Maxfield and Melanie Huscroft, who own the remaining 40% and stay with the company as chief executive and chief visionary officer, respectively. Younique said it was profitable and had about $400 million in revenue in 2016. Well, that was $400 million. Now, I'm going to put a thing here because, as you'll see now, this is in dollars, and this is the research which told me that this is international. This isn't just UK Younique. This is international. As you'll see, 2016, 2015, 375 million, 16, 400 million, 2017, 450 million in revenue. 2018, we'll come back down to 400 million. 2019, 350 million. So can you see a trajectory there? It's in decline. It was in decline in 2019. People leaving. People leaving because it was oversaturated, and they couldn't make sales and they couldn't recruit anymore because it became infamous. And here we go. August 28th, 2019, just over 2 years later, Coty ends partnership with Younique. So they go on. Coty paid $600 million for roughly 60% stake in the direct seller and plans to sell that stake back to the company's founders as soon as is practical, Coty said. Wednesday, it disclosed quarterly financial results. Terms of the breakup weren't disclosed. Younique was a bit of a specific case. It's definitely different from the rest of the businesses we have. Well, yeah, the rest of the businesses you have aren't MLMs, and they don't have the same product life cycle. Coty Finance Chief Pierre-Andre Teresi, I think that's how it's pronounced, said, "We are convinced the way forward is to focus on our respective businesses." So, Younique's a load of crap. It's not washing its face anymore. And we just want to focus on our businesses that people do care about. Why is this happening? Well, here we go. We are in de-hype phase. Coty rethinks Younique strategy as brand struggles to make sales. Why? And this was the 9th of May. So this was a bit before the last article. The weakness is relatively simple, said Chief Executive Pierre Lorbies. Younique, like all multi-level marketing businesses, has gone through a phase of classic hype. Unfortunately, we are in the de-hype phase. Now they are. And what does that mean? And what does that mean for my pen? And what does that mean for you if you're in another MLM? Maybe you're in another MLM and you might think, well, My MLM's fine. Our MLMs are, we're posting record sales. So we're posting record sales in our MLM because since the worldwide pandemic and everyone's joined, we're doing amazingly well. There's just one problem there. That dehype phase that they're talking about, that Younique is now going through, it's in full-blown decline. It's in full-blown decline, right? I'm gonna go on to explain that. It's in full-blown decline, and now it's the top recruiter of Younique UK, I'm gonna put it here now. Even she's jumping. Everyone, her pyramid has imploded, and this woman has clung on for dear life. She's clung on for dear life. This woman has. Her entire pyramid is disintegrating beneath her. It's imploding. Everyone's left. She has a few hangers on her. The loyal ones hanging on. They were never making any money anyway, so they just hang on because they follow her. They're obsessed by her. And here's her video. I'm going to put it on here now. I think it's in here. I'm going to put her video next to me, and we're going to see what she says.
When I was doing my meditation, I was kind of in the zone, and I quickly realised that I do have a little bit of a gift for coaching, which I never used to have, but obviously it's come along with the job that I do, and through experience, I have, reached the top of my company. I've gained a lot of success. I've become a top seller, a top recruiter, and more importantly, I've become a top leader, which means I'm duplicating the success down in through my team. And I think the reason I duplicate that success is because I work really hard with my team and I coach them. So when I was doing my meditation today, I thought, I'm pretty good at this coaching malarkey. Like, my team are doing really well, and, I'm guiding them, and they're all getting success. And then I kind of had my inner voice telling me that I need to bring my coaching publicly onto social media. So I need to be telling more people on how they can boost their self-confidence and how they can gain success and how they can become, top sellers, top recruiters within network marketing. And this doesn't apply to just Younique. This applies to all network marketing companies, It doesn't matter what company you're with. I'll help anyone. We should all be working together. We should never be, a rivalry or, a competition. It's about, helping each other. So I thought, why not bring my training publicly? So talk to people about my journey, how I've become successful, how I've become more positive, more confident, how I've become happier in life, how I've gained a lot of financial freedom, time freedom, and success and recognition and all the rest of it. So I get messages like every single day of people from other teams saying to me things like, oh my God, Carol, how did you get so many sales? How are you selling thousands a month? How are you recruiting so many people? How are you getting so much success with your team? And as much as I love getting those messages, it's really impossible for me to coach people outside of my team, There's only one of me, and I've already got hundreds of girls in my team. So thank you for sharing. So, I haven't got the time to reply to everyone and help everyone. So it made me think, well, if I go live on Facebook and I do like a series of trainings once a week and show people what I've learned along my journey, maybe I could help you as well. So what's the point in helping just my team? Why keep all my knowledge and my wisdom and my teachings to my own team when I could be teaching and helping thousands of people? Because in this business, it's not about self-gain, it's about supporting each other. So tonight, I'm going to be doing my first ever live training publicly on this page, where I am going to be talking to other network marketers of all companies, every single company out there. If you work for, I don't know, Body Shop or New Skin or Actilabs or Jibs Plus or FM or Darcy's, what other ones are there? Shout your companies out below, girls, and tag your teamies, because, you know, I'm going to be cheering you all on. It doesn't matter what vehicle you use to get to your destination, your vehicle being your company, as long as we get to that destination. And I want to be one of those ones who want to help you achieve your goals.
So yeah, there she was. There she was. So what's happened is this lady, everyone in the team's leaving. She's realised, she's seen the end. She's realised the game's up. Now she doesn't want to, because all of her downline has already left her. She can't move to another company and take a full downline. What many of the people who left Younique in these sort of earlier days before it completely skyrocketed into the down the drain. What they often do is they'll leave and they'll take their whole sort of intact. Maybe a few have left, but it's mainly intact, and they'll move on to another company. I believe Actilabs is a really popular one for Younique leavers to join at the moment, because Actilabs isn't in decline yet. But what the problem is with this lady is that they've all left her. She's got. I mean, we're talking about a woman who would have had tens and tens of thousands of people beneath her at one point. She was probably raking in tens of thousands, you know, a month. It wouldn't surprise me. She would have been making an absolute fortune in back in 2017. Absolute fortune. But now she's not making any money because they can't sell to anyone. And we know that the reps are the main buyers, and no one's buying because there are no reps anymore. She might have a few hundred. She said 100. That's probably realistic, but when you consider the thousands she had, that's pathetic. She takes that 100, you know, few hundred over. She's basically at the bottom of a pyramid, unless she's got what? She's got 100 beneath her. She's still not able to make anything. She's got 300. You need to have about 1,000 beneath you to, you know, supplement your family income territory, isn't it? Like, and I doubt she's got that even anymore. So there's no point in her moving over. So what she's decided to do is become a coach. She's going to become a coach, and she's going to use all of her knowledge. To be honest, it's the best thing she could think to do, because realistically, she can sell herself now to naive fools who think that they can make a go of it in MLMs. She can say, well, I was at the top of Younique. She won't tell them I got in early and there was a big, massive explosion after I got in and it was a huge, full-on hype mode, and she won't tell them that. She'll just say, I'm just a normal person. I got involved in this network marketing company and I was earning this at one point and I left off my own volition because I wanted to teach you all how to do what I did, how to replicate what I did. It's bullshit. She's got no choice. She's got to leave. She's not in anything. She's not making any money. She's had to leave. She's been forced. Well, she could stay, but what's the point? She's not making any money. So that's what she's now doing. And what's that going to mean for you guys out there? I mean, I know that, well, I mean, I've made a lot of videos about FM World, haven't I? Because FM World is in hype mode at the moment, isn't it? There's a few of them. I mean, the thing is with this is the fact that this is unprecedented times, right? What Younique did was, as I said, it was unique to Younique because I think Younique had a popular product, didn't they? They had that mascara, And that sort of started off, that sort of got people in on the basis of that product, that mascara. And that's kind of what sucked people in. And it probably wasn't extortionate. I mean, it wasn't, it was affordable for what it was. It was expensive, but people could afford it. People could afford to buy mascara. And that's what got people in. And that's what kicked off the explosion. Now, with what's happening now, we're having many, many explosions throughout the whole MLM industry, and they think it's amazing because I think it's quite, people in MLMs I don't think they do see the big picture. If they did see the big picture, they wouldn't join an MLM. And I mean, we look at the history in order to, make predictions about our future. We look back on similar situations in history and go, well, this happened in this point in history, maybe it could happen again. I've manoeuvred the camera into a better position. So this is the life cycle of an MLM scheme. So you've got your MLM, it's just there. Now this could be the beginning, the first ever, this MLM's just come on, say, like Business Bombshells, for example. It's a brand new MLM. Or, because remember, the cycle never stops. It's a cycle and it goes on and on and on. It never stops. This could be an MLM that has already declined and it's reached here. Because this is what happens, you see, like a virus. If there is one rep in the world floating around, it can build a brand new pyramid. So it starts here. You've got your MLM, declined, failed, on the floor, flat on its arse, there, right? Then what happens? All it takes is one rep floating around, hanging on, and you wait, lies dormant, wait a few years, then this phase. Now this phase is the growth phase. This is where they're recruiting. And these are some of, these are some of the first ones. And a lot of these people, I mean, these are people who have got faith because, I mean, it's small time at the moment. What then might tend to happen? So it will keep growing. And most companies will, the ones that sort of tick along. And I think like your sort of R bonds and your Juice Plus, they kind of always, they're perpetually in this phase, aren't they? They're perpetually in this kind of growth phase. It doesn't even really look like that for them. It's kind of more of that kind of a thing. I mean, it's like it goes up, and that's kind of how it is for them. But what then happens is, and this was what happens with Younique, they have a product. Now, Younique started here and they had a product. So, they're sort of here. And then they bring their big product out. And that was the fibre mascara. And that was, wow, people wanted to buy that. Because people wanted to buy it and it was a saleable item, they were able to recruit. And then suddenly, and I mean, I'm going to say that this was around sort of 2015, 16, right? Suddenly, boom. Hype phase. And this is the phase where, and I'd say this was 2017. This is the phase where everyone, they're coming to you. The reps, it's easy. It's so easy. If these guys here, these little ones along the way, these guys here they're recruiting everyone. People are glad to join. People think it's amazing. People are coming to these people. These are able to build downlines. It's amazing for them because this is wow. Everyone wants in. Everyone does because it's the big company. It's got a saleable product, whatever. Then what tends to happen is everybody hears about Younique, everybody knows about it, and then everybody has people on their social media trying to sell it, And it ticks along, it goes on. 2017 was a big year. Then what tends to happen is it exhausts all avenues. It becomes completely oversaturated, and then it begins. And they can't sell any. They can't sell any more than what they do, because the reps are the ones who are mainly buying. You get your odd one, but the rep. Anybody who wanted to buy this product, anyone who was moved enough, anyone who loved this product, then became a rep. It just became a rep. So basically, there's no one there's maybe a few people around that never wanted to become a rep, but everyone else was like, wow, this product's amazing. If I would love it so much, then other people will love it. And that's the whole idea. That's what these coaches train these people to do. They train them to, the whole idea is you get a customer and you turn your customer into your recruit. You want them in your downline. So that's what happened. And then we come to here. It's 2018 and it's the decline. And it goes down, and with 2018, and it goes into decline. Now, where is and you then go into de-hype, and this is when it all just starts. Everyone wants out now. They want to go. They're out. It's not working. All the lower levelers are leaving because they can't sell it, because they were the end of the line already. They were the last stragglers, because once you get to here, they can't. There's not fear. You become infamous and everyone's heard of you. It's like, well, and you've annoyed people as well, because there's so many people selling it now on social media that it's just a joke, isn't it? Infamous. And then you get, the product quality goes down, and I hear that there was a lot of bullying going on. I hear that when it got to here, when it got to this area here, everyone becomes desperate then. They become desperate. When they become desperate, they can become spiteful. And, they'd be doing the makeup tutorials and sitting on there doing the makeup tutorials. And as we know, the reps are usually the biggest cheerleaders for each other. But what would happen is, friends, for example, would comment on their friend doing a makeup tutorial saying, oh, that's nice, isn't it? And then another rep would then message that person that they don't even know, go, well, if you like that, I can sell it to you now. I've got a load of inventory to sell you. You don't have to go to your friend, so they'll have to order it, you see. Just come to me, and I'll give it cheaper than them as well, because they just want to meet, they just want to meet their promotions. And that was what was happening. That was what was happening en masse, because there weren't enough customers to go around. There just weren't enough customers, because all the customers had then become, this is what happens, all the customers had then become reps, ambassadors. They'd all just become ambassadors in the end. So there's just no one left. You ran out of people you don't need to, this whole thing of, there's billions of people in the world. There's billions of people in the world, but there's a tiny amount of that billions who are actually going to want to join your MLM. And there's millions of people in MLMs, different MLMs all over the world. So you're all sharing the kind of people who are susceptible to this. Anyway, Younique just ran out of people to sell to, ran out of people to recruit, ran out. And now everybody knows who they are. So although they potentially could have, if they'd have started now, they could have exploded in the pandemic along with the rest, because of their infamousy, and everyone knows who they are. It's something Younique, I don't want to join Younique. Who joins Younique now? Because of that, no one's going to join Younique anymore, and everyone's just leaving. And then now, it's gone through that now. It's just, it's 2020. It's just a load of rubbish, isn't it? Now, a load of crap. They probably did recruit during the pandemic. They probably had a little spike, I imagine. But ultimately, no one's interested. No one cares. That lady, that top recruiter, top seller, she's jumping ship now. That tells you everything. Even she's jumping ship. She's going to tell her downline, oh, well, it's still good for you, but she's jumping ship. She wants out. She wants out because she knows something to ask here. And here's where it is now. Here's where Younique is now. It's in the ground. It's in the mud. It's in the dirt. No one's going to join because it's rubbish. It's at the end of its life cycle. But it doesn't die. Listen, it doesn't die. I mean, some of the reps that perhaps are in that ladies' team. I don't know how much it costs to remain in Younique, but you could sit it out. You could sit it out. It would take a few years. I think it would take. What you'd have to do, you see, is I think obviously not with this one. I see it now. I mean, Forever Living seems to be gaining a bit of traction now, and what it is sort of maybe 3, 4, 5 years goes past, you lie dormant, and you get some people leaving school, people that were never sort of maybe people who were, you know, maybe in their late teens, early 20s in the last big hype. And they don't really remember much about Forever Living because it was more of a sort of an older person. And they're like, oh, you know, bloody hell. And this is what will happen with Younique. It can come back, but at the moment, it's dead in the water. No one's joining Younique now, are they? It's crap, load of crap. And this is what's going to happen to some of the MLMs that are around now. I mean, back in 2017, the conventions were full. You know, in the conventions, we've had record years, and this is just going to happen now to all of the reps for some of the big MLMs that have exploded now. They're in hype. If you're posting about your MLM breaking records, you're in this stage. This is where you are, right? But this stage can't last because you just run out of people. You just literally run out of people. And you can branch out into Australia or wherever else, but then all the other reps are sort of branching out here, there and everywhere, aren't they? And scooping them all up. And then you'll run out of people again. It might, if you can get a sort of foothold in Australia or America or wherever, you might extend your life in the top of your pyramid. You might extend it, but not for very long. I mean, this lasted a year, this hype. And this was in the UK, so Australia's got a much smaller population. There's already MLMs in there anywhere, or America, or wherever else. So you might extend it by even a year, but that's not long term. It's not sustainable, is it? And this is why you need to see Younique as a cautionary tale. Because you're all victims. The reps are all victims. Because, and I mean, if you're sort of higher up reps, you could be considered sort of some of the biggest victims of all, really. And I think I said it in one of my other videos. These people that are getting cars out in the names. If you can't make those payments, that's on you. That's on your shoulders. If you're doing anything, if you're planning your future based on the income you're receiving now while your company is in hype, you are in trouble unless you've invested that money wisely. Unless you've put provisions in place. I mean, for me, if your company's in hype, that's it. You need to pay everything off. You need to probably look at retraining in something. Never give up your career in an MLM. I mean, you're lucky if you can get back into it, but yeah, you never give up your career. Or if you have never had a career, look at retraining. If you've got the money, look at retraining in something, because you can set yourself up. Education's always the way forward. You can't ever write on your CV, I was at the top of a body shop. I was the area manager of body shop. Can you imagine just all just laugh at you? Just laugh at you to take the piss out of you. Listen to this. You could become a coach, I suppose. But there's that many coaches now. I mean, I mean, there's coaches for coaches. And that's not going to help anyone when this pyramid's imploding. Or you could, I guess if you're in it for the kind of, you know, community factor, there's other things you can get involved with, but money-wise, your days are numbered. They really are, and that's how it works. You know, eventually, it will come back. It comes back. That's Younique. That is Younique. That's what happened to them, and that's what will happen to your MLM too, eventually.